Today's the day. All of the porch railing is going up today. Let me give you a view of the before. I'm pretty excited about this.
This was actually about a month before we put the railing up, and before I even started the deck railing, I really wanted to tend to the landscaping in front of the porch. I really wanted to put in the landscape edging so that it's easier for me to mow and weed eat around, and then I needed to do a little more planting. I wanted to put down some mulch, move some rocks around, just make it easier to take care of, and I think it looks a lot nicer. My husband is a concrete contractor, and he also decided that he wanted to finish our garage apron as well, and that just worked out that we could have a nice before and after of that. So on a nice cool fall morning, they were working on that, and they were joined by our local elk herd that was keeping watch over their progress.
Mean trick.
As any homeowner knows, days often turn into evenings with projects like this. So one evening after my husband cut all the parts and pieces, I went ahead and got them prepped by sanding them down and also applying this deep, rich Valspar outdoor grade finish. I really like this color. This was a water-based, water cleanup type stain, which I really appreciate the ease of cleanup of this, and it went on really smooth and satiny. I would definitely use this product again.
Okay, I wanted to show you kind of the plan for this really quick. So let's pretend like this is the railing, and what we're gonna do is take my template that I'm making, and then these little adapters, they're baluster connectors every 4 inches. Most of this stuff I got from Lowe's and some on Amazon, so I'll link everything that I'm using, but we'll connect these every 4 inches. And the little baluster connectors, the baluster goes on. And then this will be the bottom rail. And then we'll have the top rail. So this is short, but there'll be the top rail, the balusters, and then we'll have another one on top. And post brackets down first, and then our posts go down, our 4x4 posts go down, and then on the top of each post I have these little solar lights. And yeah, and then we also have these 2x4 brackets that will go on the post to hold the 2x4 railing in place. So it should go together really quick, kind of like Legos now that I have all the parts and pieces. And we'll probably get everything done but the stairs. I'll link all the parts and pieces in the video description if you want to make a railing like this yourself. I priced everything out, and to do it this way is a lot more user-friendly, cost-effective, and a great DIY.
After I ordered and planned out all the parts and pieces, we moved on to assembly day. It took us one day, about 4 hours, to assemble all the deck railing. One thing that made this a lot faster is making a template for attaching my baluster connectors. You see me doing this here. I'm just taking a piece of scrap wood and measuring and drilling a hole every 4 inches so that I can easily place baluster connectors. We will be using 4x4 posts as our uprights in each deck rail section. Each section will have 3 2x4s the same length. One will be bottom rail, one will be top rail, and one will be the cap rail. I'm just finding the center of both the top and bottom rails, and I'm going to be drilling a small hole there so that I can then attach my template. I just have a screw going through this center of one of the 4-inch markings on my template. I'm going to insert that, and then I'm going to drill a pilot hole in each of the 4-inch marked spacings that I have. I have a hole pre-drilled, so it's easy just to go ahead and pop those holes in there, and then each one of those holes will then get a baluster connector screwed down securely so that the balusters can be nice and securely held when we insert the top and bottom rail and then go to insert the balusters. going through the process, I'm going to mark 4" from the decking where I want the bottom of my first 2x4 bracket to go. Then I'm going to measure up to where my second 2x4 bracket goes, knowing that my balusters are 26 inches. Plus, I'm going to need to account for the depth of each one of the baluster connectors. So I'm going to place my 2x4 brackets. I'm going to slide my 2x4s with the baluster connectors in place. I'm not going to attach these yet. I'm just going to slide them in place so that I can easily maneuver them up and down and about when I put the balusters in there. Now this is a little bit fiddly, and I do recommend having a second set of hands. I found that starting from the middle is maybe easiest, and then move the balusters up from the bottom connector just a little bit onto the top one so that you have a little bit of wiggle room and spacing. But it does take just a little bit of time to get these just right, and then you're going to give them a tap down to firmly seat and secure the top rail. Now the last piece to go on is going to be your 2x4 cap rail, and you can either attach this by going straight down through the top with a screw, but I really didn't want to see the hardware, so I chose to use a Craig jig and drill a pocket hole into the top rail up into the cap rail, and this held it really nice and secure. You don't have to use 4x4 post caps, but I think those really look classy. You can get simple ones. I really liked these solar caps. They are plastic. I was a little bit bummed about that, but you can set the color warmth of the lighting to either a warmer yellow or a brighter white. Now just for some finishing touches and fall decor.
Hey friends, we finished up this front porch fall makeover project just in time to head out of town and do a little elk hunting. But I wanted to thank you for joining me this week. This project took a little over a month start to finish, but we did not work on it that whole time. It was just little bits here and there. It was actually a pretty simple DIY, and if it's a look and a style and something that you'd like to tackle yourself, go ahead and check the video description. I'll be working on a blog post with all the info, the step-by-step instructions, the parts and pieces that we use to put this together. I'll also be sharing lots more photos on the blog as well. So if it's a project you'd like to tackle and build at your own home, you can go ahead and do that. Stick around on the channel, subscribe, like this video. If you're into vintage elements, vintage decor, DIY, thrift flip type videos, definitely stick around because I have a lot of ideas coming up this fall and into winter. At any rate, let's go ahead and get to this front porch fall reveal. and I'll see you next week.